Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. My favorite NFL writer probably would have to be Bill Barnwell of ESPN. Fortunately, most of his articles are ESPN Plus, so if you don't have that, you can't read them. So I'm just gonna go over his most recent one that came out today. I'm not gonna share it since it's behind a paywall, ESPN Plus. But basically, he is ranking the best and worst NFL off seasons of 2022. And today he listed the 16 worst. And next Wednesday, I believe, he said he's going to do the 16 best. So I'll probably do a video on the best ones. But let's take a look at the 5 worst NFL off seasons according to Bill Barnwell of ESPN. So I am going to mention that as he prefaced before getting into it, he's mostly focusing on player acquisitions. He's not counting player or coach retirements against the team. And also suspensions. As you'll see, the 30th ranked team has a suspension. But let's get into it. The 5 worst NFL off seasons. So according to Bill Barnwell, he believes the worst NFL off season is by the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, they took a steep decline in the quarterback position, going from Russell Wilson to a combo of Drew Lock and Geno Smith, who haven't succeeded at all in their career. He also doesn't like the fact that they're investing so heavily in running back. They have Chris Carson, who has dealt with injuries. Rashad Penny had an excellent end to last season. They brought him back, and they also used a second-round pick on Ken Walker the third. So he believes, using too much capital. He did not like the Will Dissly signing either. That made very little sense to me as well. Definitely an overpay. 31st, the Falcons, another team that transitioning from a long-time quarterback. Matt Ryan has been traded to the Colts. Didn't get all that much for him. Instead, they have signed Marcus Mariota, and they drafted Desmond Ridder in the 3rd round. He doesn't like the fact that they were going after Deshaun Watson. He didn't think it made much sense because Deshaun Watson wasn't going to fix the many other holes they had on their roster. And they just didn't get a lot from Matt Ryan. Other than that, he doesn't like that they let Russell Gage leave. Calvin Ridley is suspended for the year. He didn't take that into account, but not fond of their offseason. 30th, the Arizona Cardinals. Their main move was trading for Hollywood Brown. He admits he likes it more than most analysts, but he thinks maybe they would have been better off drafting a wide receiver because if you're trading for Hollywood Brown, you're giving up a first-round pick. You probably should sign him to an extension. And we know the way wide receiver extensions are going. That's going to be quite pricey. They lost Christian Kirk. They lost Chandler Jones. He doesn't like the fact that he feels like they kind of overpaid Zach Ertz. Other than that, James Conner, that has been a widely panned move. Yes, he had a ton of touchdowns last season, but he also only averaged 3.7 yards a carry. 29th, the New Orleans Saints. I like some of their moves. They got Tyrann Mathieu and Jarvis Landry rather cheap. Chris Olave, they drafted. So their wide receiver room looks a lot better than it did when the offseason started, when it looked like it would just be a returning Michael Thomas, who really hasn't played in 2 years. But they did lose standout offensive tackle Terran Armstead, safety Marcus Williams, although they did get Tyrann Mathieu to somewhat replace him. And they did re-sign Jameis Winston, so he did good before getting hurt last season. 28th, the Raiders. Of course, their big move was trading for Davante Adams, arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL. Chandler Jones, as mentioned, he had a game with 5 sacks, and for the other 16 games had just 5.5 sacks. Chandler Jones is on the wrong side of 30. Other than that, so again, doesn't like Chandler Jones. Rock Ya-Sin they got for Yannick Njoku. Not Rock Ya-Sin was kind of disappointing for the Colts. So those are his 5 worst off seasons: Seahawks, Falcons, Cardinals, Saints, Raiders. Just to go over 27 through 16, I'll name them real quick. 27 Lions, 26 Commanders, 25 Texans, 24th Cowboys, 23rd Bears, 22nd Patriots. Surprised they're not lower. 21st 49ers, 20th Titans, 19th Steelers, 18th Panthers, 17th Vikings, and that's it. Sorry. So top 16 will be done, as I mentioned, next Wednesday. I kind of agree with the Seahawks having a pretty bad off season. I think the Bears maybe should have been lower as well as the Patriots. Patriots lost a lot of key pieces, made some very questionable high draft picks. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with Bill Barnwell? Did the Seahawks have the worst off season? Are there other teams you would like to include? Who do you think will be the best off seasons? Who do you think will have on top? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.